So congratulations on your daughter.
Thank you so much.
She's beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you. Takes after her mom.
Dr. Erin is very beautiful.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
And she's very smart.
Yes.
She's smart as a whip.
Oh, yeah.
You probably figured that out real fast.
Day one. Exactly. And Nasira's picking up right where mom, left off. She's very intelligent, already, passing certain milestones she shouldn't be at for, weeks. So, blessed. She's awesome.
You know what? You're going to have to start explaining things to her the way they are earlier. I told you so.
Yeah.
That's not going to work for too long with someone that smart.
I know. And I've been talking to mom about it, too, because I'm a believer in that, too. And Erin is, too. But we're trying to navigate, okay, Nasira needs to be a kid for a certain period. And then how early do we do that? I don't know. It sucks we have to have these combos, especially considering the times and, who she is and everything. But we want her to have her identity. We want to shape that, help her to shape what she wants to be, what she wants to become. And in the process of that, saying, don't let this happen to you. Don't listen to that person. Don't do that. So I think we're just going to do it as it comes.
Yeah. I got her that book.
You got a book?
I got her that book. You remember that book we sent?
Which one? I forgot.
Don't Get Molested or something. The Don't Get Molested baby book.
Can I tell you this?
Yeah.
And this isn't pandering. This is 100% honest. When Erin got the book, she was like, "Oh my God, it's my favorite book. No, that's awesome. I love her. I'm definitely reading this to her."
Don't get
Because
molested.
I was reading through all the books and I saw it. I'm like, "What? Don't get molested? Who said that?" Oh my! And then Erin just lit up like, "This is awesome."
Because it's on you. At the end of the day, it's on you to not get molested. Because people are going to try, especially if you're a girl.
Oh yeah.
They're going to be trying until you're 40.
Yeah.
You got to
There's
be
a lot of creepers out there. Sucks, man. But yeah, you're right. You got to let them know earlier.
Mm-hmm.
So we're still trying to see how we're going to do that.
Yeah, no, she'll be smart. She'll be fine.
Yeah.
Just got to know.
Yeah.
I will give you a candy bar. Daddy will give you a candy bar. You don't have to take anybody else's candy bar.
Exactly. I will give you rides. You don't need to go in the vans. I have you.
Mm-hmm.
You do not have to do this.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's funny. You got the food kit too?
Yep.
Okay, good.
Thank you so much.
Of course.
Oh
I just want to make sure.
Yeah, it was very thoughtful of you and Tony. We appreciate it.
That's what we care about is don't get molested and eat good.
Oh, yeah.
That's what matters in life.
That's it. And sleep. That's about it. Those are 3 things. Yeah.
Yeah, she's going to have to. She'll start sleeping,
Yeah, we're working on it. She's getting better day by day, so we'll keep working on it.
So when she wakes up after 4 hours, how long is she awake for?
So as soon as she wakes up, we feed her. And if it's at night, we put her right back to sleep, maybe rock her for a little bit. And then she usually goes to sleep. And during the day, she's been prayers up to Erin because she's been feeding every 2 hours, maybe at the least. And so trying to help work through that. When I come home, it's mostly my fault, I'm going to be honest. Because when I come home, I want to play with my daughter. But it's around her bedtime, so I'm keeping her up a little bit during the day. So I'm trying to dial it back right now. Mm-hmm. As far as when I come home, I want to love you, kiss you, hug you, but I can't do it for too long. I'm sorry, you got to sleep. So just working on that.
Yeah, soon, and you'll have them 2 more weeks off soon too. Yep. So it'll all work out. Yeah, that's a shame. You have to go back to work so fast.
Yeah, but I mean, this is the life I chose, unfortunately. So. Well, fortunately. I'm not going to say unfortunately because I love my job. I love my patients. But, yeah, sacrifice.
And they need you.
Yeah.
They need you at the Institute.
Oh, yeah. It was the sweetest thing ever. They, my unit psychologist and my staff told all the patients about the baby, and they made a big poster, probably half the size of this wall with pictures, and they all, said, congrats, you're going to be the best dad, signed their names. Of course, I'm not going to display it anywhere, HIPAA. But it was the sweetest gesture ever. It was awesome. And then I came back, it was just a party, and it was great. It was awesome.
Yeah. Hey, it's about that time. Everyone's gonna start having kids soon, so.
Yeah. It's a big boom, man. Huge boom. Everyone I know is getting pregnant.
They're paying you to get pregnant now.
Yeah.
They're giving you extra money to get pregnant.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Which makes me think, what do y'all know about the demographics? Because why are you paying people to get pregnant?
You're right. You're right.
Because China, they went from 1 child to 2 children to almost immediately, okay, 3 kids now. I'm like, so no one's having the 2 children. You want a few more people to have the 3 children, but That's okay. They must know something we don't know. Their projections are like, we need to pay them money.
Uh-oh. Yeah. Who knows?
Who knows? I don't know if it's going to convince me just yet, because I'm like, how much money per
How many
kid?
do you want?
I want 3 to 4, because we were 4. And then the 2 boys, 2 girls. The boys can play with the boys, the girls can play with the girls, share rooms, very simple, close in age. But that's chaotic.
Yeah.
4 is chaotic.
What about 3?
3? I feel if there was 3, there would be like 1 that's just like extra.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
I think the extra one's probably gonna be the youngest, but the youngest is gonna probably latch onto you and Tony. So the other 2, the middle one will probably be more independent. The older one will probably pretend to be the parent or be the parent-like role. So I wouldn't say independent, like rebellious, the middle, and then the youngest is gonna be your best friend.
Yeah. All right. I'll do it. I think I'll be a good mom, but I don't know how much patience I'm gonna have for the whole baby thing. I see people having babies and then the children take over their lives. Like the children dictate things, and I'm like, oh no, nah. I'm not listening to someone who hasn't graduated high school yet. Like,
because trust and believe, like if it wasn't this whole ass pandemic out here, like Nasira would be everywhere with us. Like we would take her everywhere. That's how my parents were with me when I was born. Like they took me everywhere. And, you got to see a lot of things, see a lot of people, different people, as a kid, you're learning so much and just seeing all these new places, perspectives. Yeah, it's confusing, but, I believe it helps development.
Oh,
seeing
yeah.
different scenes.
Yeah, it's just, I just remember going with my mom places and whatever she was doing, we were doing. Mm-hmm. I guess there was a library because, she went back to school when we were really, really young, back to graduate school. Then we sat down and read a book. And it was the college library. You found a college book and you read and you were quiet so that she could do her work. And then it was like, you were helping around the house. Like you contributed to the house and made the house run better, not worse. Yeah. So I'll see what kind of a mom I'll be. I hope they don't hate me.
You think you're going to be strict?
Yeah. Because we're strict with ourselves. Why wouldn't we be strict with the children?
True. Like on some what was that movie? The dad had the whistle and they were like singing and stuff. The musical. It's like a famous musical.
What? When did it come out?
The Lady in the Field. Sound of Music.
Oh, the Sound of Music. Oh.
Weren't they really disciplined in that?
Well, yeah. There was a lot of discipline going around back then. I guess they need to be like on it if we ever need to like run over the mountains and escape the Nazis. That's just super severe.
I was just thinking about the times in the home, but yeah,
that was the thing.
Journey.
Yeah,
I forgot.
They had to like escape, and that was some real stuff. I guess you could prepare your kids to be like, when you grow up, some real stuff might go down, but they might be like, survivalists. Then it might mess them up. So.
Yeah. Oh, another good movie. You seen Captain Fantastic? Mm-mm. Have you heard about it? Mm-mm. So it's a movie about it's Viggo Mortensen is the main character, and he has 4 kids. They live in the woods, away from civilization, their whole lives. And his wife dies, and they're kind of raised as survivalists, but at the same time they're brilliant. And the rest of the movie was like the kids like trying to go against everything that they've been taught to like live in civilization, and the dad being resistant to that. But when they go into civilization, they're like socially inept in some way, but like the lessons that dad and mom taught were like amazing. It's a really good movie. It's on Netflix.
I'll check it out.
Yeah.
No, I will check that out. That's the rub, because you send them in civilization, and civilization's a little broken right now. Mm-hmm. A lot of the kids that they're going to meet are going to end up with drug habits. Like, not to be like that, but it's just...
Yeah.
What do you do once they turn, like, 13?
I don't know. And especially where we live, legalization of a lot of things. I predict in the future more drugs will be legalized. When regulated and monitored, I think is something that's good, but when unregulated and unmonitored, it can be potentially dangerous. So we're going to have kids potentially in this environment. So exposing them early with us and kind of helping them to process everything is better than not knowing what's going on and just trying it and then hiding it from you.
Yeah. Well, I remember when we were young, this was just after DARE. Mm-hmm. And they were like, all drugs are bad. But then once kids realized that marijuana isn't so bad, then they don't believe you on heroin and crack either.
Yep.
So you have to tell them exactly the truth. Like, beer is whatever, hard liquor, maybe you want to hold off on that until you're 25, like they do, you know, in Europe, you know, beer and wine, whatever, and then weed is whatever. Don't go near heroin for any reason whatsoever. Don't go near heroin.
Yeah.
But you have to, you can't say all drugs are bad because they're going to see through that and they're going to think you're lying.
Exactly. And especially Dare taught us that marijuana is the gateway one. Like, it's the worst of the worst because it leads to everything else. And it's like, no, it's not. It's not at all.
Where's the evidence for that?
Yeah.
Like,
propaganda.
It is because it was illegal. And so if you're willing to do one illegal thing, you're probably more likely to do other illegal things. Yeah. But it wasn't it's not a gateway. It's certainly not. And beer would be more of a gateway, or cigarettes.
Exactly.
Cigarettes that's the one they start when they're like 8 years old. I remember some bad kids around us, you know, they started on cigarettes when they were young, and then it moved to beer, and then it.
It can lead to like a lot of brain damage, inattention, irritability, aggressiveness, all these things that, you know, a lot of people talk about nicotine withdrawal or nicotine intoxication, but like it's like the most habit-forming drug out of all the drugs, nicotine.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not talking about it. They have a whole big lobbyist industry and everything else, so of course, you know, they made it on this side and they're talking about drugs bad on that side, just like alcohol. I'd argue they're all equally bad, besides marijuana.